So as we all know, the largest comic rivalry is Marvel vs. DC. No other rivalry comes close. The closest to a third party will be Japanese anime and manga. And when we talk about that, we will be talking about that third party shortly after we talk about the death of the MCU. MCU, of course, as all good things have to come to an end. The original Alien franchise had to come to an end, with Alien Resurrection being one of the worst Alien movies in all of history. We all know that. Alien is one of the greatest horror franchises of all time, but it came to an end after Resurrection and only got rebooted with a prequel with the awful Prometheus movie. And of course, the Terminator franchise still is not ending, even though it should end, because they completed the Terminator story arc at 3. But another franchise that sort of ended was Ice Age. They made 5 of them. And they probably can make more Ice Age movies. Even though we said no more, they probably can still make them just for the monies. Or how about many other franchises that we said that were too good to fail? Even the best of the best are going to have to fail eventually. Even Star Wars, one of the most beloved franchises, had its first flop in 2018 with Solo: A Star Wars Story. But now let's get that out of the way. Let's talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course, is one of the greatest movie series of all time, and it had a track record of consistently after good movie, even Black Panther, which I said was okay. I still consider that a good movie. The CGI was laughable at certain parts, but I bet they saved some of the CGI just to make Infinity War look even better. But even Black Panther and Iron Man 2, my least favorite MCU movies, are still considered good. Until now. My least favorite MCU movie is now Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is considered one of the worst Marvel movies in all of history, okay? This is a score an MCU movie should not have. Okay, this is a score an MCU movie should not have. A 3.4. I think it has a higher overall score than Batman vs. Superman. I gotta actually look that up, because Rotten Tomatoes, we all know they manipulated the reviews. Batman v Superman. And of course, as more people go to see Captain Marvel, I think the scores could go back up to like 3.8. Like The Last Jedi. Batman vs. Superman has a 7.0 over Captain Marvel's 3.4, okay? Batman vs. Superman, despite as many people hated it, more reviews said that Batman vs. Superman was a better movie. I didn't like Batman vs. Superman, but I still thought it was better than Captain Marvel. Let's look at, and Justice League had the highest score as well. The so-called dreaded Justice League and Suicide Squad still have higher scores. So let's go get Justice League. The dreaded worst out Justice League, which I didn't have no problem with. I had a problem with it at the beginning. But Justice League has a 6.5. That is still 3.1 points higher than Captain Marvel. Let's look at the worst of the MCU. Iron Man 2. Not the first one. The first one is a good one. Iron Man 2. Even though it's the and For the Dark World, was compared to that one. For the Dark World and Iron Man 2 are even world. Iron Man 2 world. Iron Man 2, 6.4. Let's look at For the Dark World, the worst Marvel movie of all time. What used to be the worst Marvel movie. For the Dark World, one of the most boring movies in the entire MCU. Still 7.2. 7.2. More people like For the Dark World than Captain Marvel. Okay? More people wanted to go see that over Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel, as we all know, is saying at 3.4. 3.4. And of course, as more people who come and said they liked the movie, but then all the positive reviews, it's really but really thumbs down. Okay, thumbs down. I still write a review on Metacritic saying how bad. I'm not watching Captain Marvel. I'm not giving my money to that gross, filthy Mickey Mouse. But maybe you got people, us Marvel fans, so switch to DC and boycott of Disney's SJW politics that they're trying to shove into our faces. I feel that Endgame is gonna be the last. No, actually, Spider-Man: Far From Home, because that's coming out, will be the last good MCU movie. I feel that will be the last good one. Maybe Doctor Strange 2, but after Spider-Man: Far From Home, the MCU may be beyond saving. Remember The Last Jedi? I didn't pull up a tab about The Last Jedi, so I have to look it up. Remember The Last Jedi? Yes, one of the worst Star Wars movies. The worst Star Wars movie. And excluding the holiday special, let's look at the box office numbers for The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi goes 71 million. 71 million. Okay. 71 million. Down 67.5% from its original gross. No one... Which means the word of mouth for The Last Jedi was terrible. And of course the critics say, oh, it was really a 55% because of Christmas Day. But 67.5% drop from weekend to weekend. Yes. And if people actually like the movie, it will have sold better on Christmas weekend. And then after the holidays was over, The Last Jedi kind of just died. As the owner knew that The Force Awakens actually had better legs than The Last Jedi. Now let's look at DC Comics movies. Okay, so we have Shazam, Birds of Prey, untitled DC film, Wonder Woman sequel, DC Super Pets, which sounds stupid, a Batman movie, The Suicide Squad, and Aquaman 2. I actually should look up Suicide Squad. Does it have a higher score than 3.4? Suicide Squad is the one that people hate the most. Suicide Squad. The dreaded Suicide Squad movie that no one liked. The dreaded Suicide Squad movie is still higher than Captain Marvel. Yes, Suicide Squad is more loved by people than Captain Marvel, okay? Captain Marvel is hated. And I bet once Shazam comes out, people will be giving that movie higher reviews. And no, we don't have to use the example of Alita being better than Captain Marvel, because I already did that, and I already did that in another video. Alita has an 8.5, I think. Alita Battle Angel, which is basically like comparing Alita to Captain Marvel, so comparing a piece of shit to the Mona Lisa. That's where Captain Marvel is a piece of shit, and Alita Battle Angel is a Mona Lisa. Shazam and Joker will probably have better reviews than Captain Marvel. And let's look at the grosses of DC movies, okay? Okay, so the highest grossing DC movie is Aquaman. Maybe it's because people actually liked Aquaman, or the Dark Knight series also people loved. Is it because people loved Aquaman? It's funny how Aquaman used to be one of the worst superheroes, considered like one of the worst superheroes of all time, thanks to Super Friends, one of the worst cartoons of all time. But Aquaman is one of the highest grossing movies of all time. I don't think Captain Marvel, if Captain Marvel declined 70%, and on Rotten Tomatoes, I think all those movies that I listed above have higher scores than Captain Marvel, probably besides Suicide Squad. But that's because Rotten Tomatoes is removing reviews of people not liking Captain Marvel. Aquaman, this is how much money Aquaman has made. $1.143 billion. And Aquaman grossed $344 million worldwide, domestically, which basically makes it the fourth highest grossing DC movie. Maybe it's because I think Aquaman's gross is a sign of the death of the MCU. The MCU is gonna die. I know this sounds sad to many people, but it's Disney's fault. Not the fans' fault. It's Disney's fault for injecting these politics into the MCU that don't need to be in it. Unless it's like an actual movie about politics, we do not need feminism in the MCU. We do not need an A-Force movie or a feminism MCU movie, okay? And Bob Iger said on record that the crowd of the movie did well with me, and they said they want more female. What was it? More females. More females. More women in the MCU. Replacing okay, so more women in MCU. We already know they're making a movie about Kamala Khan, one of the worst character. A new Marvel franchise after the Avengers. Here's what that could mean. Oh yes, it's because, guess what? They're making a female Marvel Avengers. No one wanted this. They did the same exact thing in the comics and it failed. And they're trying to put it on the big screen. This is why I don't like Disney. Disney ruins everything. They ruin Star Wars. They're ruining the classic films. Disney only cares about money. I just don't understand why people still go see Pixar films and animated films when all they're now trying to do is, they're even affecting those movies too. The Incredibles 2. Even though I don't like the first film, people hated the second Incredibles more than the first one. Because it has feminist messages in the movie, okay? Captain Marvel, same thing, okay? Captain Marvel has all these scenes in the movie. Well, there's these guys saying that Captain Marvel, you can't do anything. You're weak. You're worthless. Because, and he says, oh, I can. It's the same feminist, oh, you can't do this. It's the same feminist, and yes, Brie Larson's pushing for the A-Force movie that no one wants. Okay? This is why people are going to switch to DC, and there's a third party people are going to switch to. A very unlikely one, but it's manga and anime, okay? Dragon Ball Super Broly was one of the highest grossing anime movies of all time. Okay? That is, like, if you look at Dragon Ball Super Broly, 100 million is just nothing to scoff at, okay? Dragon Ball movies have been increasing in gross. Like, okay, so Dragon Ball Z Resurrection of F grossed 50 million. 2 times of that, now we have Broly. Okay? If a company can make a good Dragon Ball movie, if Hollywood or someone, or even Japan can make a good Dragon Ball movie and release it into the wide audience, I bet the movie will do better than the feminist SAWs that are ruining the Avengers, that are ruining Star Wars, that are just ruining Disney, and just do not watch anything of Disney on it. Don't just do a full boycott on Disney. That's what I'm saying. No more Disney products. If anything is published by Disney, don't watch it. Don't give Disney your money. Don't give Disney your freaking money, okay? Dragon Ball Super Broly, it goes to $100 million. Of course, that's not a lot of money, but for an anime movie that it was released in only 1,000 theaters, it is actually considered a lot of money, as the movie released in only like 1,000 theaters. It didn't release in a wide opening, like Glass opened in 2 times the theaters. So, of course, it grossed almost 2 times the gross. I bet if Broly was not pulled out of theaters on the second week because it's a limited release, and it was only intended to be released for like a week, Dragon Ball Super Broly was only intended to be released for 3 weeks, I bet the movie will probably gross to 100 million domestically. And, like, they kept pulling out our theaters because it's a limited release. Limited releases usually get pulled out of theaters really quickly, and foreign films don't really do well. But this gross, 30 million, okay? This is something that Marvel and even DC should be scared of, okay? people are starting to watch stuff from Japan because we have nothing else to watch. Marvel fans will say, "Oh, what's this Dragon Ball Z? It's basically super people fighting." Or let's release like a One Punch Man movie or My Hero Academia movie. Those are anime about superheroes. I bet people would watch that over Captain Marvel any day. Make like a massive movie in America, and I bet more people would probably watch that because it's a new hero, new superhero. Or let's even go look at Alita Battle Angel, a much more obscure anime. Okay, I'm gonna bring up Alita again. Alita is a much more obscure anime, and based off a much more obscure anime, and it grossed $78 million. Imagine if it was a Dragon Ball Z movie, or a Naruto movie, or a One Piece movie, or say One Punch Man movie. I can see the movie doing $200 million domestically with the right marketing, the right creators, and the right directors. People who actually have watched One Punch Man, not the people who made Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, get Dragon Ball Evolution out of here. Like an actual director that actually cares about movies, making a good movie, not making it for the buck, making it for the fans. But the problem is Hollywood don't see that anymore, or something that's even out of Japan. Okay. Japan can easily make a One Punch Man movie and advertise it worldwide. It can gross $600 to $700 million worldwide. Okay? The MCU is gonna die. Unless Disney takes drastic action to save it, Captain Marvel's success is proof that the MCU is gonna die. They are not gonna do this. People voted with their wallets. They decided to go see Captain Woman or Captain Feminist, and the consequences is now they want to turn the Avengers into all females. So now we're gonna see Kamala Khan, the Black Iron Man, freaking female Thor. Yes, that's an actual thing in the comics, and basically all the stuff that the comics have been affected with for the last 10 years. So the MCU is dead. Okay. Outside of the people who are gonna see Endgame, I think the MCU is gonna die. Probably after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Because we all know that's still coming out. But I bet people are going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or Black Panther 2 but no one's gonna see this feminist political bullcrap if they continue doing this. If the MCU starts even if Black Panther 2, if they'd make Black Panther a heavy SJW film, which the first one wasn't. Because the film was based in Africa. They were portraying African culture. But if they just made if they make the villain a white person and they accuse him of racism, that's just total SJW bullcrap right there. Nobody wants Captain Woman. Except for the people who voted for Hillary. Was the only 50 million people voted for Hillary. I bet a lot of women went to go see Captain Marvel. And it doesn't help that Disney was canceling but they're really pushing for more women in Disney movies in general. It's not just it's just all Disney movies. 40%. Like A Wrinkle in Time, we're gonna get more. A Wrinkle in Time is from Disney. Or more Wrinkle in Times and of course Frozen. No one likes Frozen. But we're gonna get more Wrinkles of Times. Disney is just all they want to do now is release the same movies we already have seen, and they want to push this garbage down people's throats. I advise people who hit Disney the hardest. Stop watching Pixar. Stop watching the animated films, as they're also being affected by the same filth they infected Star Wars with. They're gonna do it to everything. Until Disney finally learns the lesson and loses money on all the films. Make sure you like, sound, subscribe, and if you even disliking it's figured, I just do not care, because I'm just saying the truth here. People are going to switch to anime, manga movies, and DC Comics. No one is gonna watch MCU be infected with Disney, and I bet if Captain Marvel was an actual good movie, it will gross $200 million opening like Black Panther. Goodbye.